Hello and welcome back to the channel. Today we're talking about our favorite travel YouTube channels.
We're planning to quit our jobs, sell everything, and transition to full-time travel in 2026.
Following these full-time travelers on YouTube is what really let us know that this might be doable for us.
So many people out there share their budget and what they spend in each location. It made us take a hard look at our savings and see if we could do this indefinitely.
Yes, and based on the numbers we're seeing, we're pretty sure that we can, and the channels we're going to talk about today are what helped us come to that conclusion.
And full disclosure, we don't know any of these people and they aren't receiving anything from us for recommending them. They're just channels that
Yeah.
we love and have religiously been watching for the past few years.
Yeah, and we can definitely recommend all these channels.
Welcome to World Wanderers.
We're Alicia and Will.
Come wander the world with us.
So our first category for today is full-time slow travel on a budget.
And in case you're unfamiliar with the concept of slow travel, these people are basically staying in a location or a city for 1 to 3 months.
This allows them to take advantage of lodging discounts on Airbnb, for example, and keep their train and airfare costs down as low as possible.
And this also means that they can travel on a tourist visa, since a lot of the world doesn't require a resident visa until you've stayed longer than these durations.
The first channel that really inspired us was Brian and Carrie.
They're awesome about sharing their budget with every single penny broken down. For 2023, the breakdown was $34,000 for the both of them, which breaks down to $17,000 each, or $2,833 for the both of them each month, which is really affordable by Western standards.
They mostly stayed in Airbnbs, but have also done some house sitting.
They definitely also focus on affordable Europe travel, which is cool because they tend to pick cities that might be a little less well known for travel. They don't do a lot of excursions either or activities or eat at a lot of restaurants. So we find that they're a good baseline to see how cheap you can live in a country if you choose the right time of year and are willing to grocery shop and cook.
Well, still definitely doing like a lot of the things you would want to do. They go see things, they go walk around, they take part in activities, and pretty much every video we see, they stop somewhere for a drink at lunchtime. They call it Too Thirsty.
Yeah, they're a really fun channel.
Yeah. The second channel we follow is Grounded Life Retirement. They're also full-time slow travelers and tend to budget right around $4,000 a month for both of them.
They're primarily traveling in big cities in Asia, so this budget goes a lot further for them. They mostly stay in luxurious hotels and condos, and they seem to eat out and get food delivery more often than they cook. So it's definitely a good contrast to Brian and Carrie's channel.
They also do an excellent job explaining how to book with points, how to earn extra credit card points, and status, and things like that.
Yeah, they explain how part of their strategy is month-long hotel stays with lounge access, which basically gets you free breakfast and free dinner each day at the hotel you're staying at.
They also have a great video on how to buy those points and how to use them that we'll link in the description below if you'd like to check it out.
They also share their budget each month and break down every dollar by category, which is super helpful.
And if you like to travel by train, they have a lot of videos on that as well.
The third channel we follow is Amelia and JP Abroad.
So they used to be expats living in Ecuador, and now they've transitioned into full-time travel.
This is definitely a good perspective of expat life versus slow travel, which are kind of the two most popular routes that people take on YouTube when they're doing full-time travel. So it's nice to get their perspective from this.
European destinations are primarily where they've been for their full-time travel trips. They stay in a lot of cities that you might not have heard of, that are a little bit off the beaten path, but are definitely beautiful and affordable.
Yeah, they're fun to watch. And I think they do a good job of giving you their real opinion on a place when some other YouTubers may just try to share the positive experiences and kind of always be upbeat and happy about it. So I really appreciate the realistic perspective that they give.
And we're not sure how she does it, but we're pretty sure Amelia has more outfits than any other full-time traveler on YouTube.
Yeah, definitely.
Our next category is what we like to call aspirational travel.
We probably won't travel exactly like these full-time travelers because their budgets are way higher than ours. But there are certain types of trips that we've added to our bucket list immediately after watching their videos.
The first channel in this category is Kara and Nate.
You may have heard of them. They're a super popular travel channel. They have a mix of luxury travel, adventure, and exploration trips, which are super cool and always tell a great story.
Yeah, they started in 2016 with a goal to visit 100 countries and have since accomplished this.
Yeah, they'll do challenges like surviving on a deserted island or 12 Christmas markets in 12 days or biking across the US. Basically, things that may not be the most enjoyable way to travel, but make an awesome story and video and are definitely things that we'll pull little things from to just go do ourselves someday, hopefully.
Bucket list items that we've added from their channel would be a cruise to the North Pole, swimming with the orcas off of Norway, humpback whales in Tonga, hiking to see the gorillas, and a number of others. One of their more recent videos was taking a camper like around the ring roads in Iceland. We like a lot of the things that
Yeah,
Carrie
but
and
it
I
wasn't
do.
just a normal camper. It was
Yeah,
like a super high end, expensive expedition vehicle, but it was super cool. And we want to do that on a slightly more
yeah.
budgeted level. They're definitely running a successful business. So we're not exactly looking to emulate this type of travel, but they're definitely inspiring us to do our own version of this type of
Yeah.
travel.
Our other aspirational channel that we like to watch is called Retirement Travelers. They're a little bit older couple who are actually a retired couple.
Right. And they definitely say that they are value travelers, not budget travelers, and not necessarily slow travelers. They tend to do the big bucket list items, but they're always good about getting the most bang for their buck on doing these bucket list trips, which is super helpful to see.
Yeah, they're also really good about well, the challenges of travel in general, but especially some of the challenges for retirees, including practical advice on navigating travel logistics, things like that.
They also have a great series of videos called Travel School, where they share practical step by step guides on things like travel health insurance or world travel vaccines, money and banking while abroad, and more.
They've also inspired some of our future destinations for world travel because they do a lot of unique things and go to a lot of unique places.
The next category of channels is ones we watch to get inspiration on different destinations to visit.
One of those that we enjoy is the Buddymoon.
Yeah, they're a South African couple that's exploring lesser known destinations and highlighting unique off the beaten path spots.
They also have some videos on van life and have a fun dynamic between each other.
Yeah. Another channel with a similar dynamic is called Nicole and Mico, and they're another one we like to watch.
They're a Canadian couple who share their travelers and van life experiences and day to day realities of life on the road.
They have a particularly good set of videos on traveling to the Philippines if that's something you're interested in.
A third one is Kieth and Dev. They're another travel channel who travels on a somewhat smaller budget.
They're Canadian as well and have a ton of videos on places all over the world since they've been traveling full time since 2022.
The next category of videos we watch are on cruises.
30 and a Wake Up is a great channel for full time cruising.
He just got done doing a full year of cruising and had a lot of good insights.
He also has good tips on how to book cheap cruises, shows room tours, port stops, and more.
And another great channel here is another one of Grounded Life's channels, Grounded Life Cruises.
Right. They're the same people who have the Grounded Life Retirement channel we talked about earlier.
They do a great job of comparing all the different lines to each other, great ship tours, room tours, all the different kinds of features on the ship, what's going on, just a great cruise channel in general.
Right. And they seem to have cruised all the major lines recently as well. So they're comparing apples to apples here, new ships to new ships. Our next category are not necessarily full time travelers, but they provide good info to know if you are. These channels talk about travel gear, tips, and hacks.
The first one in this category is Away Together with Nick and Allie.
Nick does product comparisons a lot. For example, if you're looking for the best travel wallet, he'll have bought 12 of them and will show them with all the prices and features.
He and his family also share their vacations.
Right. Project Untethered is another good channel. He has tons of travel hacks and has a really good variety of videos if you're not in the mood to watch a video about a particular destination.
And our final category of channels relates to point hacking and credit cards. Credit cards are mostly for the American viewers.
Right. This is more of my area of expertise than Will's, and I do a lot more watching of these channels. But getting things for free is my favorite. So I love to find new strategies, and Will is happy to help enable me on this by basically just following my guidance when it's his turn to get a new credit card.
This is an essential skill to master if you want to travel full time on a smaller budget, but don't necessarily want to stay in hostels or if you want to fly business class at some point.
John Liang is a super smart guy who has a great credit card channel.
He does a great job comparing cards, benefits, and current deals.
Yeah, he does a great job of telling you the difference in features without just coming across as a salesman, which is what some channels do because a lot of times they'll recommend a card to you and they get a kickback if you apply through their link.
Another good one is Daniel Braun.
He also talks about good credit cards and personal finance in general, but it also focuses on how to redeem the points. It's a pretty dry topic, but he makes it interesting to watch.
And then our last channel is Daily Drop.
They do an excellent job explaining how to maximize your points, transfer the points from banks to airlines and hotels, and how to buy luxurious travel experiences with the points that normal people wouldn't be able to do otherwise.
They also have a daily newsletter that you can sign up to have emailed to you.
Yeah, I've personally got in on some amazing point deals simply by clicking a link in the newsletter to get bonus points on stays that I already had booked. It's an awesome free read, and it's the first email that I read each weekday morning.
And lastly, for an honorable mention, us. We also have a channel.
If you've enjoyed this video, we'd so appreciate you subscribing to us.
Until our full-time adventure starts, we're posting videos about our current vacations and trips.
And if you have any other channels that you love, please leave a comment for us below so we can check them out as well.
Yeah, we're always looking for new channels to follow.
Yeah, so until next time, safe travels.